I still don't know exactly what happened at the end of the last episode, but wow, I'm ready to find out. If I'm being completely honest, I actually have this underlying fear that this episode might focus entirely on Tycho and the Rocinante and crew and those characters and that storyline and ignore what was happening on, oh shoot, what was it, Ganymede? Whatever the name is of the moon, Jupiter's moon or whatever. I hope that's not the case, but if it is, I'm confident whatever story we get today will be really, really interesting. I'm invested and I'm ready to watch The Expanse Season 2, Episode 7 for the very first time. Okay, red snowflake. Oh, we're starting right with Gunny or Bobbie. Very good. Okay, starting to think it wasn't snow. It's not good. It's not even like just leaking air. It's leaking blood and probably air. Two things that are vital to stay alive. Who's approaching? Tempted to say what's approaching, but I think that's just like distorted vision.
We estimate over 3,000 dead and thousands more
wow.
wounded. Ganymede is the breadbasket of
Ganymede.
the outer planets. Without us, millions will go hungry.
This was an escalation. We need to choose an appropriate Martian target in response.
We invite Mars to a peace summit.
Foot massages, too?
If it'll save lives, sure.
Ganymede is the worst it's ever been between our nations. It's time to step back before we're all wandering through the rubble.
As harsh as her tactics can be sometimes, she's willing to fight for peace harder than anyone else. And how do you not admire that?
Despite the circumstances, it will be good to see you against the Terror. Until then.
Interesting. Anderson Dawes is still around, of course. I don't know, man. Again, there seems to be different factions of the OPA. Like Fred Johnson, I don't think he's anything like Anderson Dawes. I like Fred Johnson. Anderson Dawes is basically, well, I mean, there's no laws on his planet anyway, right? Only cops. So whatever.
Oh, Beltalona, welcome on city!
Dawes put all of those bribes back into the neighborhood.
Yeah, now he's practically running series.
About time the Belter was.
I said one each. Back off.
Leave my mother alone! You leave her alone!
Ooh, this resonated with him in an interesting way. Was it his dirty face? His passion to protect his mom?
You're on the Sirocco. I'm Commander Thorson. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but
they are all
from
gone.
Your team made it.
Dang.
What happened?
I was hoping you could tell us.
Completely reliant on her eyewitness.
6 blues. They were coming right at us.
One was more blue than we would have thought, though.
No, wait, there was a 7th. Lieutenant Sutton, he would have picked up on it. He was on.
Lieutenant Sutton was killed with 11 others on the Sirocco.
You gotta give her a minute before you continue questioning. Oh my gosh.
She's bleeding again.
She's barely alive. Tear that falls as her sedative kicks in, man. That's woo. Performance, maxed out stats. Ooh, Dr.
They changed
Cortazar.
your brain with that procedure. That's forever, right?
It was like a terrible storm had lifted. It was painless, you know, the procedure.
Today, there was this boy that looked at me like I was a monster. I think I scared his mother. It made me remember when I was that boy.
So somebody hurt your mother?
I lost her a long time ago. And then there was Lydia, someone that looked after me.
And you loved them?
I think I did.
He's wondering if that procedure happened on him like a long, long time ago or something. Maybe.
You want to be that real boy again, to feel how you felt before the world broke you. You cauterized all that in order to survive. You don't want that back again.
Insightful.
Stomp out those last embers and you'll be free of it.
Bad advice, though.
We're about to rewrite the entire story of humanity. You can be a part of that too. I can help you.
I don't know how I feel about all that.
We have a historic opportunity before us. Earth and Mars have pushed themselves to the brink, and they'll have to find a path to peace or risk mutual annihilation. The OPA just saved Earth, and if that is not sufficient enough to earn their respect,
is he gonna tell everyone?
We have their missiles.
He sure is. Maybe it's not at all a secret.
A unified belt must send a representative that speaks for all of us.
I mean, I assume we're gonna send Holden. I almost said Miller.
The belt needs a born belter. Anderson Dawes should represent us.
Interesting choice. Not my pick.
I would be honored to represent the belt. Is it too much an Urta's dream? I do not doubt his heart.
He's more extreme.
I fear the peace more, for that is when they will turn their sights back on all of us.
Never.
The inners are not like us. They see us as their possessions. Animals to test their new weapons on.
I have a lot of thoughts here that I'm saving for the end of the episode.
Right now, we believe that we have destroyed the threat. We killed the madman who made that weapon.
Problem is, it wasn't a man who made the weapon.
They don't want another arrows any more than we do.
Johnson says that we are safe. But I say, once a thing is written, it is forever.
Clashing ideologies.
I was on arrows, and I think Fred is right. The threat has been eliminated. And those missiles you have, returning them will show that the belt is ready to lead the peace.
James Holden. But I think he is an idealist, my friend.
Definitely is an idealist.
Idealism is a luxury of the inner planets. You were on Eros too, yeah? You think this is over?
I hope that it is.
She knows it's not. Otherwise, she wouldn't have kept the proto-molecule alive.
Do you know what everyone saw in there? You and Fred Johnson, two big noise earthers telling belters how they should run the belt.
I'm on this thing together, and everyone keeps telling me to pick a side.
Those who did Eros sure as hell picked a side.
So, great. Everything's as it should be then.
If Eros rammed into Earth, wiped out half of your people, then you'd know.
This interview is being recorded.
Oh, man, he's really going full investigation with his little focus pill.
You radioed Sutton and said your team was under attack. 7 UN Marines started charging and shooting at you.
What's weird is that there was only 7 of them. That's less than a third of their full garrison.
Let's just focus on the facts. 7 blues in a line coming hard at you.
Before the Blues were charging at us, Hillman spotted a stray egg drone over our position. You need to check that drone's feed.
We'll certainly look into that. Sounds like you're saying Earth initiated the attack.
They want a war. We'll give them a...
Well, we know that's what she wants more than anything in like the whole worlds. I don't know, man. I'm still not totally clear on what happened. Is she just not clear on the visual of what attacked her, or is she want war more than anything else?
I wanted to thank you for your words.
Well, we're all in this together. What do you want?
To know the part of the story that you and Fred Johnson left out. You came away with nothing that could help the belt defend itself.
There wasn't time.
You want to paint me as one of the bad guys because I'm an Earther? Have a great time.
Good and bad, don't get distracted by that. It will just confuse you.
It's maybe a key to understanding the show and the motives of people.
Fred Johnson is tactical. He wouldn't offer me up to the inner planets unless he had another card to play.
None that we know of. Now get off my ship.
Belters will never unify under Fred Johnson's flag. Earth will never forgive him for the past. And after the Nauvoo, his days on Tycho are numbered. Any weapon that Fred Johnson has is vulnerable.
He's probably right all the way around, and I don't like it.
We are in this together. Otherwise, we're all lost.
We're really setting up, I don't know, not different factions, but different contexts for war or potential war, motivations for war.
MCR in command is going to need your cooperation with the investigation on Ganymede, but you can speak off the record with me if you want. Tell me what really happened.
There was a stray egg drone over our position.
We were on high alert for anything in that area. There was no drone over your position.
No, that's not right. I saw it.
Do you want to hear her story, or do you want to correct her story?
I can't remember.
Okay. It's okay. We can help you with that.
I think maybe she blocked it out, because how do you explain what she saw? I don't know that anyone would even believe her. They don't even believe her about the drone.
We've come a long way since the loading docks on cities, eh, Molly?
You don't get to call me that anymore, Pampa.
We need you back home. It's hard to find good people. If we're going to reminisce, let's at least get a drink, huh?
We will toast to Fred Johnson's secret weapon.
He's trying to work all the angles. That one, I don't know. He might be onto something there.
It sharpens your mind. Let's go back to Ganymede. There were shots along the UNN line.
6th in formation up front and the 7th bringing up the rear. The 7th man, he was chasing them. The UN Marines, they weren't firing at us. They were shooting behind
There you
them,
go.
at him. I'm so sorry.
Sergeant.
It was waiting.
Sergeant, what happened next?
She saw something that can't be explained.
The 7th man, he wasn't wearing a vac suit.
That's enough.
Come on.
She's had enough.
Okay, but she can explain it better when she's in a less heightened state, right?
He's getting new data. He says it's talking to him. He says there's more protomolecule out there.
Well, does he know where?
Not yet. And then we'll have it, and Cortazar will help us understand it.
The nightmare starts over.
No. If the belt has the protomolecule, no one will ever use it against us again.
So he's detecting the secret stash that was not destroyed. Or maybe he's detecting all this, whatever happened on Ganymede.
I wanted to meet the boy who was found floating beyond Hidalgo. And then you fought alongside Josephus Miller, huh?
Yeah.
I better keep my eye on you. Soon your legend will be better than mine. It's hard to believe that we can make a difference.
Yeah, he's compelling. It's easy to see why so many people follow him. Like, he recruits people. He's very good.
MCRN Command has awarded you the Purple Heart.
Oh.
Thank you, sir.
Earth and Mars are meeting for an emergency summit. Your first-hand account of what happened will lay the groundwork for what's to come.
Okay, but which version?
In the confusion of a communications blackout, your team fired first.
Sir, did you say we
He wants
first?
Well, given the lack of intel, it's a supportable conclusion.
They fired first.
He wants her to lie? I would like her to tell the full truth.
Well, truth is a tricky thing, especially when...
They stormed our line. That thing was driving them
I
forward.
don't want to hear any more talk about a thing, Gunny. Are we clear?
Ooh, he's making me angry.
You know what I remember most about Earth, Gunny?
Not so you can tell me a story now to sell me on this.
I like her, though.
My apologies, sir.
You're the only witness from Mars and Earth. And Ganymede could be the spark that leads to an all-out war. The UN has demanded your direct testimony. When you get there, you'll tell them your story. You're going to Earth.
Field trip. Wow. Okay, and that's where she's gonna meet up with, I'm sure someone from the Rocinante will be there too, right? Probably Naomi. That's who I'm kind of leaning towards now. Or maybe the whole crew, I don't know. What's he doing? Wait a second, what is he doing? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna guess Fred Johnson took him to go try to find the protomolecule. Or maybe I shouldn't guess. This could be anything. Oh, Anderson Dawes. And Diogo.
Where's Cortazar? Under guard in his cell.
Nope.
He's gone. No one leaves without my authorization.
OPA wants a seat at the table, but they don't even have a unified front.
Docking club release, above 38C.
Overriding.
Can't do. System's locked out.
Oh, what? How did Dawes do this? He's good. Dang.
On the Rossi.
Sure am, Oz, but what is going on?
Dawes has Cortazar. He's running.
What?
Dust off now.
Copy that.
Seamus with you?
I don't know where he is. Get
Duo mission. Oh, man. What? What did they do?
Standard evasive maneuvers. They're gonna alter course on the thrusters and then kick the drive back in.
She can do it. She can do it.
Got him.
Yes.
Hang on.
Whoop, whoop.
Prepare the PDCs.
We cannot shoot him down.
Not down. Out.
Wow. That was a great shot. I did not expect this. I mean, it's not over yet, but it feels like it's going to be wrapped up nice and tidy real fast.
Every second we wait is another second that Dawes can put a bullet in Cortazar's head. God only knows what Cortazar has told him already. Is that what you want?
I want you two to be safe.
If it comes down to it, I go low, you go high. Open our door on my mark. Ready?
Oh no, this feels like a real bad idea. Did they just send Cortazar back?
Don't shoot, boss man.
Oh, it's Diogo?
You got me. Just me. Got nothing.
Wait.
We lost Dawes. He's got Cortazar. They're gone.
What? Did they have another ship waiting? I feel like we're just gonna be left in the dark there a little bit. Okay. Cortazar and Dawes, they got away. Potentially dangerous. Dawes wants the protomolecule for himself or for the OPA. What if he gets it? The ramifications could be real bad. Throughout this episode, I really was thinking about just the Belters in general and everything that they must have been through over the last 100 years. All of the Belters were Earthers or Martians at some point in some capacity. I don't know exactly the trajectory of everything, but it all started with the drive that we learned about last week. The expansion really began 100 years ago with that drive. The Belters, all of them would have started as employees or in some capacity before they became permanent residents out there doing the hard work to support Earth, okay? And so at some point in those 100 years, they developed their own culture and society. Earth I'm giving Earth maybe the benefit of the doubt here. They failed to recognize, I mean, they obviously recognize now that they're not Earthers and identify them as their own whatever group, being, society. But like, exactly when did that change? There was a failure in acknowledging at some point that like they are Earthers. They are a part of us. It just makes me so sad that they were mistreated at some point and have continued to be treated as less than Earth. I definitely understand the Earth and Martian point of view. It's like we sent them there, they bring resources to us, but it's just sad that like, you know, they became their own thing altogether. Obviously, they're out there. They do deserve a piece of the pie. They do deserve a seat at the table. We're at the point where they are their own colony, country, whatever you want to call it. And they deserve a whole heck of a lot more than they're getting. And I like the different factions that we see. And I feel like Fred Johnson and Anderson Dawes represent two very different slices of it. I think Fred Johnson, more of the idealistic, coming from Earth, like wants things in a way that I think, ideologically, I probably would be more in line with. And Anderson Dawes is much more extreme. I don't want to use the word terrorist, but that might be more of what he is in terms, like he probably is much more of what I initially thought Fred Johnson was, right? Before I learned the truth of his backstory. And I find the whole thing fascinating and interesting. And I'm sure my opinions about all of this will continue to evolve and change as I learn more information and see the picture even wider and bigger. But it's so good. It's just such a great show. As far as the episode itself, it just really, listen, we need these episodes, right? Because they lay the groundwork and the foundation for the stories as it's going. And the idea now that the Doctor was detecting and getting information from another protomolecule, presumably the protomolecule that Naomi didn't destroy, is fascinating. Anderson Dawes taking him and getting away it's terrifying in its own right. I can't wait to see how that story continues to evolve and develop. I am intrigued by the story of Gunny and her remembering what she did and what happened on Ganymede. I thought the conundrum was going to be whether or not she would tell the true side of the story, what she really saw, or if she would change the story in such a way as to provoke a war. Because we know that's something that she really, really wants. She just wants to get down to it, get into it, and hopefully get over it, get it behind us so she can get back to what she truly is passionate about, which is terraforming Mars. But instead, her commanding officer is like, lie, say we shot first. I don't fully understand why or what benefit that is to Mars to tell that version of the story, but I'm definitely interested and invested in seeing when it finds out. I'm hoping, and this might be too much to ask for, but I'm hoping we get to that meeting, the summit, the peace summit, ASAP. But it might be that happens a couple episodes from now. But I'm hoping that happens next week. Whatever next week brings, though, I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm loving this show. And I'm so grateful to you for watching it with me. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.